Hey everyone, Zephyr here, and welcome to another Sims 2 speed build. This build contains no custom content, and it's actually for the neighborhood that I'm working on that's going to be based off of the Canadian Maritime provinces. I think this build turned out quite cute. It's like a little country home with 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. I was originally thinking it was going to be a starter home, but it did not end up being a starter home. But I don't want every lot in the neighborhood to be a starter home, so I'm not mad about it. Like, some of the Sims are going to be a bit further along in life, and they can afford something a little fancier. When I was building this house, I didn't really have a family in mind, but it kind of came together as I was building. It's nothing like substantial. The lore is not there yet. The relationships are not formed with the townsfolk, but I have like a vague idea of these Sims. Like, it's not going to change your life. Like, it's parents and a child, a little girl child. That's about it. That's about all I got. There is a little lemonade stand in the front yard, a little playground in the backyard. I think this family is going to be very wholesome, or at least they're going to try to keep up the appearance of wholesome. I do want there to be drama in this neighborhood. I'm just not sure if it's going to be with this specific family or not, but there's going to be some drama when I eventually release this neighborhood. I don't want my lore to be boring. Okay, wait a second, I'm getting sidetracked. Apparently they just dropped another trailer for Grand Theft Auto 6, so give me a second, I'm gonna go watch it. Okay, my initial reaction is this game is for the bisexuals. Like, the 2 main characters are hot. Like, okay, Rockstar, I see you. My other initial reaction is I'm so excited to explore the world. One of my favorite things about, like, Grand Theft Auto games, and this has always been my favorite thing since I first played Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I love exploring the world. I love exploring, like, every little nook and cranny in the world, and, you know, seeing all the different streets and the different architecture. And maybe this is why I'm into The Sims, but that's, like, my favorite part of Grand Theft Auto is just seeing the world building, and I'm excited to explore in that game. Like, I'll play the story and stuff too, which is gonna be fun, I'm sure, but I just like experiencing the environments around me, and I can tell I'm gonna have a good time with this game. The graphics look incredible too, and I tend to like to watch GTA RP when it's good, and I feel like this game is going to be a good base for roleplay. So, yeah, I'm excited. I don't know how many of you care, but I'm just putting that out there. Oh, I wanted to talk about something a little bit more Sims-centric. I recently purchased my first ever Sims 2 collectible tin can. They were mostly produced in Europe, and they're in the shape of homes, and I think they're absolutely adorable. If you want to see the contents of it, just check out my previous video. But the reason I actually purchased, like, I've been looking for these tin cans for years. I always go on eBay and, like, search Sims 2, and I try to find them. And the reason I was actually reminded to check eBay for this item was because somebody posted a picture of their tin house on Reddit, and I was like, yeah, I haven't checked eBay in a while. Let's go see if I can find one. And I found this one, and I'm so happy I own it. I'm currently, like, longingly staring at it. It's kind of, like, perched on my desk right now. I am just so happy I own this, and it's in my bedroom. Oh, and I posted about this on TikTok, but I saw the cow plant's more famous cousin. I originally had said less famous cousin, but no, I'm not gonna kid myself. The cousin's a little bit more famous than the Sims cow plant. I went to see Little Shop of Horrors at Neptune Theater in Halifax, and it was so good. We weren't allowed to take pictures in the theater, so I did not. But it was kind of cool to live in the moment and not have to worry about my phone. I feel like I was able to, you know, take the time to actually try to, like, remember the memories instead of being like, oh, I can just look back on the pictures later. And what I did was I actually went on the Instagram of the theater and I downloaded a little trailer they have for the show featuring all the actors performing. So now I kind of have the best of both worlds. I have my, like, physical memory that downloaded video, but I also have the experience of just not worrying about recording the show or capturing the show and just watching it with my own eyes. And I think that's a good compromise. If you haven't seen a play in a while or a musical, I recommend going. I think it's kind of neat to get out there and watch a show like that. We were in the second row, and it was kind of cool being so close to the performers, seeing their facial expressions. We were a bit concerned that we weren't going to be able to see the whole stage from where we were sitting, but it was a small theater, and we were pretty much able to see everything. So I think we had good seats for the show, honestly. Though at the front, it's not necessarily the best seats in the house, because like if you're further back you can kind of see everything at once, and I feel like that's how plays are meant to be, you know, viewed as. I guess there's like pros and cons to whatever seat you're sitting in a theater, whether you're close to the stage or not. But I had a good experience being in the front. It was kind of like a last minute decision that we decided to go and watch the show, so we picked like the only 2 tickets that were available for a non-balcony seating anyway, and we had a good time. And the thing is, like, I don't know why I was like suddenly against being on the balcony, because I loved being on the balcony at my old high school's auditorium. It was a good time, and you're able to see the whole stage, and everything's great. But I just didn't want to be on the balcony, so we just went on the orchestra seating, and we had a good time. Honestly, I'm starting to see like the importance of getting out of the house and doing stuff like that. Like I get that sometimes it's not like financially feasible, but I really feel like, you know, saving up some money and trying to take yourself out to a show or a sports game every so often is kind of good for you mentally. And it's really something I want to prioritize more, because I was sitting there on the seat smiling like a fool because I was having such a good time. The performers were incredible. I love Little Shop of Horrors anyway, so it was really fun watching it live on stage, and I just had a good time and I wanted to rave about it. Honestly, even if you don't want to spend money, just like grabbing a book and like going to a park or something, I feel like it does wonders. I'm not saying it will fix every problem you have and, you know, cure any ailment that might be going on with you, but I'm just saying that sometimes the advice of getting outside and touching grass is a good idea, and I don't think you should like immediately laugh at unless like the person is genuinely trying to be derogatory. But I think getting out there and experiencing things is good. Maybe this is a sign that I'm getting old, that I'm just like, oh, you're not feeling good? Well, if you just got outside, maybe things would be better. Like, well, what am I even saying? I do get that sometimes there's like a mental block, and it's hard to like leave your bed, let alone your house, and I completely understand that. It's just the fact that I turned 30 and I'm like, yeah, maybe getting outside is a good thing. It's kind of funny to me. I don't know what that means. Oh, and I wanted to talk about my new D&D character. If you watched my previous videos, my first D&D character is still alive and well. It's just we're going to be doing another campaign too, and I had to make another character. And I think I cooked with her backstory, possibly. I don't know. If you're my boyfriend or anybody else in my campaign who is not the DM, can you please leave the video? Yes, boyfriend, leave the video, thank you. But anyway, I'm playing a halfling rogue named Tara, who runs a little tavern that is also a library that has a cute little book club. Seems pretty wholesome, right? Like, why would she be a rogue criminal? Like, I guess that part doesn't make sense, but like having a cute little cozy tavern / library, it sounds cute, right? I'm not going to get too into the details about Tara's family, because Tara's father is not the best person in the world, and I don't really want to upset anyone. But let's just say Tara didn't have the best, like, situation growing up. She often stole food from the general store and had to steal books for entertainment because she liked to read. Like, her mother was like a storyteller and she loved to like absorb stories, and She was just kind of like a little nerdy kid, right? So she liked to steal books. And one day she stole a book from a wizard, but the book was like empty. And the wizard noticed her stealing the book, and he was like, hey, you need to be more careful. And they eventually kind of developed like a father-daughter type relationship where the wizard like taught her various skills, different languages, and kind of like provided her with some free books, right? And one day she was coming home with a book. It was right after the wizard told her, because he was a bookseller, he told her that he was retiring and going to live in the city full time. So she was coming home with the book that she had originally stole, which was a book with empty pages. And the book was a book that the wizard had began writing about, like a dragon that is kind of about to terrorize the D&D world. That's like the point of the story. And years ago, like a bunch of adventurers had like locked away the dragon, but the dragon's gonna be, you know, the main focus of the campaign, right? So the wizard said that the story isn't finished yet, and he wants somebody else to finish the story, right? And he eventually gave the book to Tara because she's going to be part of the party that attempts to take down this dragon, right? So she's bringing the book home, and she walks into the house, and basically she sees her father not being very nice to her mother. So she kills him and flees town. And that's pretty much her little backstory. Like, there's more details in there that I'm not going to get into. She ends up going to another city and learns various skills about being a criminal. And then she eventually returns home, and she builds her library / tavern right on top of the land where her original house once stood, because as she was leaving the town, she set fire to the home because she wanted to get rid of the body, right? She had, like, got her mother out of the house, snuck out of her mother's sister's house in the middle of the night, and burned the house down. And then she had left town. But she decides to come back and make a life for herself in her town. And then she just, you know, ran the store for a couple years, ran the establishment, I mean. But she kept thinking about the book that the wizard had gave her, and she knew that the stories in it were not told yet. So she decided she had to leave town and write the rest of the story. And that's about what I wrote for this character so far. I have like more ideas kind of like spinning around in my head, but for now, this is my character. I love her. I love my other D&D character too, Art. I just... Making characters for D&D and playing D&D is so fun, and I'm kind of upset I never got into this hobby sooner because I'm having a good time. I will say that this house is available for free, linked down below on my Patreon. I also have a ton of different other builds available on there as well for you to download, some with custom content and some with not. I'm trying to do a healthy mix of both. I think there will be a lot of custom content free homes in the future because I really want to try to focus on the neighborhood and get it done. But anyway, we are getting towards the end of the video now. If you guys liked it, please give it a like. Subscribe if you want to see more Sims 2 content. Subscribe if you want to see more. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye, guys.